Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we got a video about Jimmy High Roller titled, "The NBA Has a Big Problem." I have no idea what that big problem is. I mean, there's a lot of problems in the world right now, so, you know, pick from a list of a billion, right, guys? But, yeah, man, straight up, the NBA, so close to being back. Hopefully, I mean, obviously things could still happen, but, I'm hoping for the best out here. I'm going to say straight up, guys, I think the team I'm going to be rooting for going into Orlando, because obviously, well, you know, certain basketball teams aren't going to be participating. I think we're rooting for the Brooklyn Nets. Like, Michael Beasley, Jamal Crawford, Rodions Kurocs, I think is how you say his name. Like, that team's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be 0 defense and 100% offense out there, man. So it's going to be kind of interesting, but, yeah, probably not going to make the playoffs. Well, they can join my club, guys. My team's never make the playoffs. Here we go. Let's start this video about Jimmy High Roller. The NBA has a big... Also, do you see that bitch-ass move they were in, man? Like, in Orlando? Like, damn, Joe Ingles posted a picture of just, like, horror... Oh, which is not great. Not great, but hey, gotta do what you gotta do. Basketball is back. Only took 142 days.
After over 100 days of speculation, uncertainty, terrible
the hell's that?
Post, and no basketball, the NBA season is returning.
Yes, sir.
Last month, the NBA announced that on July 31st, the season will be making its long-awaited return. Well, maybe. After months of negotiating, NBA executives worked with GMs, owners, and players to come to a new finalized start date, and 3 more months of NBA basketball that may look very different than what we are accustomed to.
Right, no fans at games.
As optimistic as things are looking, there are still some obstacles to overcome. For the remainder of the season, the NBA will feature 13 teams from the Western...
See, that shit's not fair, man. Why does the damn Western Conference get 13 teams and the Eastern Conference get 9 teams? Like, if the Pistons would have been in there, guys, they would have had a chance to make the damn playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would have only had to get past the damn... Why is Washington even there? Bro, you goddamn... This shit's not fair, man. You all goddamn Michael Beasley and you goddamn the Washington Wizards with, you know, bench warmer number 17... Probably gonna start because Bradley Beal not even coming back. And y'all couldn't even give Luke Kennard a chance. It'd be a damn shame, man.
Conference and 9 teams from the Eastern Conference.
It's BS.
Basically telling the other 8 teams to get lost.
Yep.
Of these 22 teams that have been given a shot at the playoffs,
each
team has a vastly different schedule. From the Raptors, who have arguably the toughest set of remaining games, to the Pelicans, who have a schedule that looks a bit odd.
I mean, yes, they have the, but if I remember correctly, I think this is actually based off of strength of schedule, based off of what was supposed to happen, you know, like, now they obviously are making new schedules and stuff, but the Pelicans actually did have the easiest schedule, because I was a bit skeptical, too, saying they were trying to get Zion Williamson to the playoffs over John Morant, but that's how it is, like, the Pelicans had the easiest remaining schedule, so.
The Blazers, who are 1 spot ahead of the Pelicans, have a schedule that features 7 games against top 15 teams.
Sure.
The Pelicans' remaining schedule features just 3. And if we look at other teams in the West that are on the brink of a playoff spot, their schedules are vastly more difficult than the Pelicans as well.
But how does it compare, though?
What does this mean?
You know?
It means that the NBA is conspiring to get their new
X-Files, man,
into the playoffs by any means necessary.
Give me nightmares.
Or, as the NBA insists, the remaining schedules are based off of the games each team had left before the break. Oh.
I ain't gonna lie, Jimmy. Jimmy had me going for a second. Like, I thought Jimmy was actually... I thought that the NBA big problem was about to be this damn conspiracy theory. I knew Jimmy wasn't gonna let me down, man. Because I was like, come on, like, if I know this... Jimmy obviously knows this. The man does his research like crazy.
Right.
He agrees.
Right.
He agrees.
Either way, it doesn't make a difference to me. I'm just glad to see that the NBA will be returning.
Yo, I like the song, man.
In their official statement, the NBA stated that the remainder of the games will be played in a figurative
like
bubble
Dougie
at
or something, man.
complex at Walt Disney World near Orlando, Florida, where NBA players and staff will be isolated
John
with
Wall
all
action.
the amenities they will need for what may be up to 2.5 months. The league has set up practice facilities and game courts that look eerily similar
That's
to
what I was about to say!
anti-up courts, missing the opportunity to call this facility the ballroom.
No, they, oh my god, they should actually do that with, cause you know how you can, like, bet VC, but, like, the food's so trash, so I think there's actually gonna, like, be, like, a bit of a black market, developing in the bubble, where, you know, like, LeBron's gonna be betting, like, Taco Tuesdays and stuff like that, man, some actual good tacos, and, yeah, I think that's how it's gonna go down, man. It's like, they're actually be betting, like, really good food and stuff like that, and if you win the game, you get, like, the other team's dinner or something like that, because there's a lot of trash food I was seeing there.
You get it? Like, because they're playing basketball.
I don't get it.
The NBA also stated that, of course, there will be no live audience, and instead, the league may pump artificial crowd noise into the arenas.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Using 2K's crowd audio. Alright, bucko. We're about 2 bad decisions away from this whole thing being one big 2K simulation.
Oh,
But
God.
any sort of crowd
Well,
noise
damn, 8
might
seed's
be
about to
better
win
than
then.
none. If you've ever heard some of the chirping that gets picked up from the mics during normal NBA games, you'd understand the NBA's concern with having absolutely no crowd noise at all.
Sure.
Playoff game, and he's driving all the way down.
Oh, I love it, man. No, I want that. Come on. We've been 140 days with no basketball. Give me all these players, damn, just throwing all the words out there, man. I want to hear it, man. I want these guys going at it. Okay? I want it. I love it, man. Come on now.
Hell no!
Woo, KG, man. Come on.
But whatever the NBA decides
Do
to
it.
do, I'm all for it. It's different, it's exciting. But in just the past few weeks since the NBA announced its plan to return, there have been some major hiccups. Aside from Stephen A. Smith suggesting that NBA players will not be able to go without certain recreational activities, there are
What does it mean? Like sex? Well, yeah, I guess you can't have your... Oh, wait. No. Oh, wait. Oh. Okay. Yeah, like... That's how you do it? No, that's when you make a good meal. I don't know. Is that... I don't smoke, man. Michael Beasley's going, so there must be something going on there. You all know he ain't going sober for no damn 3 months. Well, he ain't gonna go sober for 7 games.
There are some serious concerns with the NBA's plan. After testing the 302 players that will be competing once the season resumes, a total of 25 tests came back positive for Rona. 25! That's 8.2% of all players that are set to play in Orlando.
Right.
3 of those 25 positive tests came from players on the Pelicans, which brought into question whether head coach Alvin Gentry should even join the team once the season returns. Other players that have tested positive include Spencer
Damn,
Dinwiddie,
that's a good team. Bro, that team's going to win the damn championship right there. Oh, my God. Wow, I like that squad.
DeAndre Jordan, Malcolm Brogdon, Buddy Hield, and Nikola Jokic. Once the season resumes and all players and staff have entered the bubble, if a player tests positive for Rona, they will have to enter self-isolation for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Could you imagine if a superstar tested positive and had to sit out for at least 2 weeks?
That's like a whole
That
series.
Could easily be the deciding factor for an entire playoff series. And even crazier, within this bubble, the NBA will be implementing video technology to track players at all times. If a player within the bubble tests positive, the NBA will use this tracking technology to see who the player has been in contact with. So, in other words, although the NBA is doing everything within its power to make sure no one who has the virus gets in before they're medically cleared, if anyone with the virus slips through the cracks and enters the bubble, this entire plan could fall apart. But the virus isn't the only thing keeping players from coming back
really
when the season
intense.
returns. Some players have chose to willingly opt out of returning this season,
Which I respect.
including Victor Oladipo, Trevor Ariza, Avery Bradley, and Davis Bertans.
I respect
bringing
it.
the total percentage of players who may not be returning to over 10%, or the equivalent of 2 entire teams worth of NBA players. But now that we've covered all the negative, let's talk about the positive, baby. I mean, not positive, but let's just move on. One new feature regarding the remaining of the NBA season will be
Play-in
a play-in
tournament.
tournament for the playoffs. Normally, the 8 teams with the best records in each conference will make the playoffs.
Sure.
But in Orlando, the NBA is planning on having a play-in tournament for the 8th spot in the playoffs.
Oh, I didn't know
If
that.
the
That's kinda
8th
cool.
seed
I
is
like
more
that.
than 4 games ahead of the 9th seed, there will be no play-in tournament. But
Okay.
if the 8th seed is 4 games or fewer ahead of the 9th seed, there will be a best of 2 series to decide who will get the 8th spot in the playoffs.
Best of 2? Best of 2 doesn't make any sense, because what if both teams win a game?
So the 9th seed will have to win 2 head-to-head matchups against the 8th seed in order to get a spot in the postseason.
They gotta win both
One
games?
change I personally think the NBA should experiment with during this unusual circumstance is different camera angles. Throughout the years, the league has played around with some interesting camera angles that really bring the game to life and give fans a more immersive
honestly
experience.
hate this angle.
Like this
Not doing
courtside
nothing for me.
angle from the 2001 All-Star Game. Angles like this give a better perspective on just how fast the game is played in the NBA and just how massive some of these guys
Not
really
doing much
are.
for me.
But other than some audio adjustments and a possible play-in tournament, pretty much everything else about the NBA season will remain the same. And whatever the results of this crazy season is, we are set to witness history. If the Lakers win, Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard will get their first ring, and LeBron will get his fourth.
Also, Rondo. Yeah, I consider Rondo, too, he's getting another ring. That probably puts him really in Hall of Fame talk, right? I'm not talking about Hall of Fame. Yo, damn, roasted me on that video. I cried. I didn't really cry, but maybe on the inside.
And if LeBron manages to win Finals
Yo,
MVP,
roasted me, man.
he will be the first player in NBA history to
Probably
win
deserving.
the award for 3 different teams. If the Clippers win the championship, it will be the first time in the history of the franchise. Then again, if the Clippers get to the conference finals this season, that will also be a first for the franchise.
Damn, Lob
Of course,
City
if
was
the Clippers
chokers.
win, this will be Paul George's first ring, and if Kawhi wins Finals MVP, he will also become the first player to win the award for 3 different teams.
Crazy.
If the Bucks win the championship this season, it will be Giannis Antetokounmpo's first ring. And if Giannis wins regular season MVP this year, which he should and will, he will be just the 11th player in league history to win league MVP and finals MVP in the same season.
Wow.
But here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
At the moment, Giannis has the best odds of winning Defensive Player of the Year. Now, the league loves parity, so he may not actually win the award.
Brook
But if
Lopez
Giannis
could get
pulls
it
away
too.
In the DPOY race, he can potentially win regular season MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, a championship, and Finals MVP all in the same season.
Oh my
Although
god.
this theoretical situation does have a lot of ifs, the only real question mark lies on him leading the Bucks to a championship. Because up to this point, Giannis has piled up one of the best seasons ever. And if he can cap it off with a Finals
insane.
MVP, Giannis may end this season as the best single season in NBA history. Now, I would mention other teams, but quite frankly, the odds of any other team even sniffing a championship this season is very, very unlikely.
See, I disagree with that. I disagree with that just because I feel like there's going to be just so much difference. This is going to come down to mental toughness, you know, and I just feel like that could be the big difference. If you have a guy that's normally like, you know, balling out for your squad and stuff like that, but he just is really being affected by this whole bubble situation and no longer is a factor, and you got somebody, damn, on the Phoenix Suns that has the mental toughness to kind of fight through it and stuff, that could make a big difference. I will probably say this season, out of any, has the best chance of a dark horse champion. I really do believe that. I mean, maybe yes, maybe the statistics don't say that, but I think what's going on, man, like, statistics are only as good as the history that you're looking at. Like, and there's never been a history of what we're currently going through.
So, if you want to make 10 grand off of a $10 investment, then put your faith in Bradley Beal and the Wizards.
Bradley Beal
And if
ain't
you're
playing,
not
I
a
thought.
degenerate
Thought he
gambler,
was out.
just sit back and enjoy what may be the most eventful finale to any NBA season we've ever seen. Hopefully everything goes according to plan and Zion makes the play. I mean, the season returns on schedule. Hope you all enjoyed.
That was really interesting. I think that was actually a really good, 10-minute summary or so just of, what's exactly going on. So if you didn't know all this information, I definitely learned stuff watching this, man. Very good video by Jimmy High Roller, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay, I gotta calm down. I'm gonna go have some breakfast.